What's up, War Report family? We are back with another edition of Facts or Not, Week 1 edition. Fellas, y'all ready to do this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let's get Week 1 kicked off like this. Facts or Not, Auburn will run for at least 300 yards against Akron. Fellas, what do we think?
I say facts. Akron is so weak defensively that we should be able to plow right through them. And even if the running game isn't the focus for the coaches to get reps, I think they'll probably focus on the quarterbacks getting reps more than the third and fourth string running backs. I still say we're going to have such a high average on carries that we're bound to go over the 300 mark by the end of the fourth quarter. So facts, we get 300.
I'm actually going to go facts here as well. I expect Auburn to be in their base offense, not showing a lot. And with Auburn wanting to establish the run downhill, I expect not only Tank to have a good day, but Shivers to have a good day. I also expect Jarquez Hunter to get some carries and have a good day, especially in the third and fourth quarters. He hasn't had an opportunity to show what he can do, so he'll be ready to go, ready to prove himself. So I think with Auburn not showing much in the first couple of weeks, especially this week, I think there's a lot of opportunities for our running backs to get a lot of carries, for the coaching staff to get a feel for what they're doing. So wouldn't be surprised if we exceed the 300 mark. So going facts here.
Yeah, I'm definitely going facts on this one. In fact, I'll take it a step further and say that we're going to have at least two rushers that are going to go over 100 yards by themselves in the first game of the season. In fact, I'm willing to say we'll get at least 400 rushing yards in this first game combined from all positions. That's including the quarterback, because I think Bo Nix has the opportunity to almost get 100 by himself. So we might have three people over 100 yards this first game. So facts.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go no on this one. I think that we will run for a lot of yards, but over 300, not expecting it. I think that this staff is going to try to practice the balance that we hope to see during the season. That means a healthy dose of trying to figure out what they have in the passing game, which may cut into some of those yards. Listen, bottom line is Akron is a bottom 10 defense in the FBS, so they should be able to do whatever they want. I expect them to try to keep guys healthy. Some of our second and third and fourth string running backs all look great, so I expect them to eat. But I think that we kind of put the brakes on around the third quarter, so I'm going down on this one. I think it's a great day for Auburn's offense. I just don't think they're over 300 yards rushing.
Facts or nah, Auburn's defense gives up less than 10 first downs against Akron. What do we think?
I am going to say facts on this one. I just don't think that our defense is going to be able to stay on the field long enough for it to matter for Akron to even. Is Akron going to play in this football game? Like, are they just? They're going to show up, but are they going to actually play? Our defense is just going to get them off the field so quickly that 10 first downs, I'd be shocked if they get it. So yeah, less than 10 facts.
Come on, man. You guys already know I'm going facts on this one, baby. I told y'all this would be the best defense in Auburn history. So, of course, they're going to give up less than 10 first downs to Akron. Akron is terrible, guys. My grandmother could beat Akron. The four of us could beat Akron. They're not giving up more than 10 first downs. They're not giving up a point. They might not even give up 10 yards in this game. Facts on this one, baby. We are going to crush them.
I'm going to say facts without exaggerating as much as my G did. Just say that, yeah, our defense should be great. Their offense should be terrible. And, yeah, less than 10 first downs. Why not? Facts.
I'm going to go for the clean sweep and say facts here as well. I am a little leery given the fourth quarter when even our second team defense is off the field by that point. I still don't think they do it though, because I do expect for Akron to suffer against our defense. I mean, shoot, our offense has suffered enough. So it's about time someone else does. Akron doesn't get over 10 first downs. Facts.
Yeah, make them feel the pain, baby.
All right, fellas, facts or no? Non-wide receivers will have more targets than our wide receivers against Akron this weekend.
Definitely a nah for me. In fact, this is a unit that needs targets. They need to have opportunities. Our top production is gone, so it's time for a new class of wide receivers to step up and show what they can do now that it's their time to shine. I'm interested to see Demetrius Robertson, who's actually shown some leadership in this position group, get his opportunity for touches. And I'm eager to see who rises to the top of this wide receiver group. And in order to have that, they need their targets. So I will be greatly disappointed if non-wide receivers get more targets in this game than wide receivers, because we need to take advantage of an opponent like Akron to get some type of chemistry going. So nah.
I am going to go facts on this. I think we're going check down city these first couple of games. I think we're going to see a lot of running backs and tight ends incorporated into the offensive game plan. I honestly don't care if we throw the ball more than 30 times the entire game. So, can I think if we throw it 30 times, 15 of those will be screens to running backs and over the middle stuff to a tight end? Sure, I'm going to go facts.
I'm going to go now on this one. I really, really believe that these coaches are going to want to figure out what they have at wide receiver. They're the biggest question mark on this offense, I think, in terms of experience. So taking experience away from them in a game like this, I don't think is a smart plan. They're going to try to get the ball to the wide receivers and see who their playmakers are going to be headed into SEC play. Got to start that game one against one of the worst defenses in the FBS, guys. So I'm going now on this one. I think that wide receivers definitely have more targets than non-wide receivers against Akron. Nah.
I say nah as well. And not just because we want QB1 to get reps with the wide receivers. QB2 and 3 will undoubtedly want to show, no matter who they're out there with, that they can execute plays, which I'm guessing aren't all going to be designed to go to the tight ends and running backs in the passing game. I think everybody's out to prove something. Nothing has been settled yet. And for that reason, it's going to be a heavy focus on reading and executing the offense at a very high level. And that means they're going to be gunning for those wide receivers, whether they hit them or not, whole nother story. But wide receivers do get the most targets, so nah.
All right, War Report family, you know what time it is. It's time for our fan question of the week. Thank you for all of your submissions, but this week's fan question is going to come courtesy of A. Wilson 137 HVILL. I'm hoping that's a Huntsville guy, Hville. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, he says, facts or nah, Auburn will have more than one defensive lineman with double-digit sacks this year. What are we thinking about that one?
Come on, guys. You already know what it is. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think that we're going to have more than one. Listen, I do think this is going to be a great defense. Having more than one defensive lineman with 10 plus sacks, yikes, that's a lot of production. That would not just make them the greatest defense in the history of Auburn football. It might make them the greatest defense in the history of college football. I'm not sure I'm willing to take that step just yet. The defensive line is kind of the question mark going into this season. We've had some trouble generating a pass rush. I think they're going to solve that problem this year, but not to the tune of 20 plus sacks between two players. So I'm going now on this one.
I'm going to say nah here. And even though I think there's going to be a little competition because a couple of those guys could be defensive linemen, defensive ends, but they're classified as edge guys, Leota, Hall. But it's still a really tall task to get double-digit sacks from two different guys on the line. That's just, I don't want to say it's impossible. You have to have two guys who are really good and healthy the entire season. And if anything is going to get in the way of that for us, it will be we're too deep. Everybody's going to be getting reps, man. You're not going to have one stalwart that's there the entire season, 12, 13 games. We will be productive, but it will be from all positions. We're going to send those linebackers as well to get some pressure. We will not have two guys hogging all the sacks. Nah.
I'm going nah. And if that were to happen, I would change my prediction of Auburn going 7-5 to maybe 11-1, because that means that our offense will be living on the field because our defensive line will be living in the opponent's backfield. I don't think that would happen, even though we have a lot of talent. I also just think in Derek Mason's scheme, your defensive linemen are going to be basically holding up things for your edge rushers and linebackers to roam free and do a lot of the necessary work. They're doing a lot of the dirty work up front in this scheme. Now, they're not always going to live in the 3-4, but I just expect for the most part, you're going to have other guys who are going to be the beneficiary of the hard work those guys up front are doing. So I'm going to go nah. I mean, we may look up and have Kobe Wooden or Harris go for 10, but another guy, nah, don't see that happening.
Yeah, I'm going to have to round this out and say nah as well. When I think back about some of the most disruptive players in college football recently, just having one person on your defense have double-digit sacks is difficult. Having two of them do it is pretty much unheard of. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm just saying it's not probable. For that reason, I'm going to have to go nah on this as well. Though I do think that we're going to have a lot of sacks generated by this defense. For 20 of those to come from two players, very difficult. Going to have to go with nah.
Well, that's it for another great edition of Facts or Nah Week 1 edition. Listen, we want to hear from you. So if you want a question featured on this segment, tweet at us at The Wool Report on Twitter, #Facts or Nah, and maybe you'll have your question featured next. Other than that, you know where to find us. We are The Wool Report on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TW Report on TikTok. Gentlemen, we're signing off, and as always, War Eagle.
War Eagle.
War Eagle.